Now let us have a virtual journey of another important Buddhist site of Madhya Pradesh, that is Bhojpur Pipaliya, which is also known as Murel Khurd. Located in the Raisen district of Madhya Pradesh, it is just 11 km from the famous site of Sanchi. J.D. Cunningham reported the site for the first time in 1851. Four terraces of the hill from west to east are the witness of many ancient Buddhist structures. Sir Alexander Cunningham excavated this site in the search of relics in which stupas, Buddha images, temple remains, etc. were found. Now let us have look at stupas. Stupa number 1 did not yield any relics. The enclosure around this stupa measure 252 feet by 214 feet. The eastern and western sides have a double staircases. The height of stupa number 2 is around 4.1 meters, whereas enclosure measured 200 feet by 210 feet. A relic chamber here yielded a red earthenware box which had in it a crystal stupa, bone relics, semi-precious stone beads, pearl fragments and bits of gold were found inside it. Stupa number 3 was in a very bad state of preservation. The enclosure of stupa number 4 measured 130 feet and was a square. A relic carrying a black earthenware bowl was found, but no relics were there inside it. Remains of Chaitya measuring 8.5 meter by 6 meter were also found near the stupa. The relic chamber in stupa number 7 yielded 2 earthen jars with relics, one of which belonged to monk named Upahitaka. The stupa is dated approximately to the 3rd century before Common Era. Stupa number 8 was devoid of remains, but a flight of stairs could be noted. A steatite vase reliquary was found from stupa number 9, which had in it few bones and teeth. Stupa number 10 yielded a relic casket which contained bone fragments and some mixed gravel. Stupa number 11 yielded a jar full of bones. A flight of stairs led to access to the above platform. The third terrace has a remains or mere traces of stupas, whereas the lowest terrace had remains of 27 such stupas. Two pathways contemporary to the stupas, one going towards the south and the other going towards the east, were noticed during the survey. In between stupa numbers 3 and 4, remains of big monastery were found. The structure rises to a maximum height of 5.3 meters. Steps lead to the top of the structure. The pillar remains, doorway, Buddha image and other remains were noticed by Cunningham here. A platform-like structure was noticed near the west of stupa number 3. Its function, whether as a monastery or for meditation purpose, is not very clear. Remains of the supposed Bhojpur village identified by the Cunningham brothers were found east of stupa numbers 2 and 3, although they seem to be remains of monastic complex. How to reach Bhojpur Pipaliya? It is at a distance of 11 km from Sanchi and 9 km from Vidisha. Thus, private taxis can be hired from these places. The nearest airport is Raja Bhoj Airport at Bhopal. Let us have virtual journey of another less known Buddhist monastic site at Sonari. Located on a low-lying hill between Betwa and Besali rivers, Alexander Cunningham discovered this site while he was working on Sanchi in the mid-19th century of Common Era. It is at a distance of just 10 km from Sanchi. The existence of 10 stupas in total has been noted here. The stupa number 1 is enclosed in a structure measuring 224 feet by 260 feet. Medhi or Adhistan, under our dome, traces of railings are found here. A Brahmi inscribed slab datable paleographically to the 2nd century before Common Era, mentioning a householder Dhammapala of Manikapaja was found near stupa number 1. To its southwest, there exists a platform which either may have been a monastery or a platform for meditation of monks. Towards the west of first stupa lies stupa number 2, whose enclosure measures 165 feet by 165 feet. Dry masonry has been used to construct this stupa. A pradakshina path of about 1.6 meters may have been existed here. The relic chamber at the same level as the under inlaid a decorated stalactite vase which contained 5 inscribed relic caskets. The inscription bear the names of deceased person like at many sites, say for instance Saddhara. Here also in the case of stupa number 3, the treasure hunters had opened and destroyed the stupa in a search of valuable antiquities. The stupa numbers 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 are in a very bad state of preservation. How to reach Sonari? The access to the site is not so good and one has to pass through various hamlets and unseasonal streams via a narrow road and halfway through a tract over the low lying hills. It is about 10 km from Sanchi, from where private vehicles can be hired. The nearest airport is Raja Bhoj Airport at Bhopal. Let us have virtual journey to another important and less known Buddhist monastic site in the vicinity of Sanchi, Andher. The site of Andher is located near Vidisha and is just 10 km from the aforementioned site of Bhojpur Piplia or Murel Khurd. The site divided into 3 terraces and was discovered by Alexander Cunningham, who also did the first excavation here. He recovered a stone box in which ash and nutshell were found. 2 more vessels were found by him. Stupa number 1 is the biggest among all stupas, has remains of railings. Stairs led to the access to the platform. Based on the artistic study of the medallions, it is suggested that stupa may have commenced during the 2nd century before Common Era. Remains of probably a monastery were found to the south of this stupa. Stupa number 2 does not have railings, but the staircase provides access to the platform from a southwest direction. Stupa numbers 3 and 4 are built directly over the rock surface. Stupa number 5 is in ruinous condition, had a staircase. A stalactite relic casket with a bone fragments in it was found from a stupa towards the northwest with an inscription Sapurisasa Hariti Putasa. How to reach Andheri? Located 29 km from Sanchi, one has to take a private vehicle to approach this site. Half kilometer away from the village of the same name. The nearest airport is a Raja Bhoj Airport at Bhopal. Let us have a virtual journey of another archaeological site, Garaspur. Garaspur in a Vidisha district is known for various architectural marvels, but there is a stupa locally known as Dheki Nath, which may have commenced during the 2nd-3rd century of Common Era, whereas the Buddha images at cardinal directions may have been added during later Gupta period. A staircase built with a stone leads to the upper portion. Pieces of railings suggest that stupa was originally provided with a railing. The name Dhekinath was given by locals to one of the images here, which is why the site is known locally with that name. A sculpture shed was used to shift these images during 1987 and 88. How to reach Garaspur? It is located 36 km from Vidisha and 94 km from Bhopal. Public transport as well as private vehicles can be availed. The stupa is just a kilometer away from the town. The nearest airport is Raja Bhoj Airport at Bhopal.